So this is going to be kind of a ghetto little impromptu video about my Hatsan Mod 87 Vortex QE. I started sighting it in today. I just got it today, and about halfway through the process I decided that I might as well film it and throw it up on YouTube and see what happens. I feel like there's obviously a lot of airgun videos, there's infinite videos on YouTube about everything, but sometimes it's a little difficult finding a specific video about a specific gun or pellet gun, whatever. I couldn't find too much about this gun in particular, so I thought I would share my experiences and thoughts with y'all. I should say, by no means an expert. This is going to be my first video on YouTube. I'm not a professional marksman or anything close to that. Just thought I'd give a beginner's point of view of buying a pellet gun and getting it sighted in. So there's the gun, some of my targets, and you can see what I'm shooting there. This first one right here was right after I got the gun on paper at 30 yards and moved around a little bit, made the adjustments that needed to be done, and there's my last 3-shot group back to back. I was really happy with that, and afterwards decided to bump it back to 40 and see what the gun could do. So here's some pictures real quick to show you guys what the range looks like from my point of view. The first two, the target is set up at 40 yards. I did not record any shooting of my first 30-yard shots where I felt like I was getting an idea of my zero. And then the last 3 pictures are going to be at, like I said, about 25 to 27 yards. So here's the target at 40 yards. Super optimistic after my last 3-shot group at 30 yards. And as you can see, I'm pretty inconsistent. I don't think that is the zero on the scope or the gun being inaccurate. I think it's myself anticipating my shots and probably just fatigued and honestly maybe a little bored from shooting all day at this point. Still enjoying myself. Wish I could have got a little tighter groups. I think it's going to come with practice. One other thing I should mention about my inconsistency, I'm not a huge fan of the trigger. Supposedly it's adjustable, and I tried using the supplied Allen key and one of my own Allen keys, and it seems like it may be as light as the trigger gets from the factory. There's nothing much else I could do with it. And here's the target at the aforementioned 25 to 27 yards. That was a really nice little 3-shot group there back to back. So I actually shot top left 6 times. Number 4 you can see is down and right, but the other 5 are on top of each other. So a little heads up real quick, there will be a dead groundhog shown here in a few seconds. I was done shooting for the day and I was about to sit down and put this video together when a buddy called me and told me he had a groundhog cornered underneath of his shed. Last spring I actually bought my first pellet gun, which was a Gammo Varmint 177, specifically to get rid of groundhogs that I was concerned were burrowing under my shed and potentially ruining the foundation, considering I'd stored some kind of heavy equipment in there. After a little research and shooting with the Gammo Varmint 177, I decided that it definitely was not going to be right for groundhogs. A 177, really anything past point blank is not going to be right for groundhogs, and that gun itself was not really accurate past 7 to 10 yards. Anyway, the last shot I took before I started packing everything up was a tennis ball at the 25 to 27 yard range and knocked it off the stool. This gave me enough confidence to head over to my friend's house, so I got there and rested the gun on the trunk of his car. He showed me where the groundhog was sticking his head out, which was about 15 to 20 yards. I didn't measure exactly, but sure enough, he stuck his head out and I hit him right in his left ear. I knew it was a good shot because he slumped over right where he was, but I reloaded and headed over towards him anyways just to be safe. Once I got up to him, it was obvious that he wasn't breathing, but he was twitching a little bit still, so I did pop one right in the top of his head just to be sure it was a humane kill. Overall, I'm really happy with the gun itself. After a very active first day, I think all that's left at this point is some more practice. Whoever sees this, I hope you enjoyed it. If you have any questions or advice, I guess just leave a comment. Hopefully in the near future, I'll be back with some more air gun stuff. Hope you all have a good one.